Hello everybody, SlimKirby here, and welcome to my next Let's Play. You thought we were done with the Mega Man series. Well, we're not. We still have plenty of other Mega Man games to look at, most notably the Mega Man X series. And that's the game we're going to be starting with today. We're going to be starting with Mega Man X for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, released at the end of 1993. And is the start of kind of a sub-series of the Mega Man series. Still kind of takes place in the same universe, but much different time. I mean, if you thought Mega Man was advanced, you've seen nothing yet, because Mega Man X is a whole new story. X is the first of a new generation of robots, which contain an innovative new feature, the ability to think, feel, and make their own decisions. However, this ability could be very dangerous. If X were to break the first rule of robotics, a robot must never harm a human being, the results would be disastrous, and I fear that no force on Earth could stop him. Approximately 30 years will be required before we can safely confirm his reliability. Unfortunately, I will not live to see that day, nor do I have anyone to carry on my work. Therefore, I have decided to seal him in this capsule, which will test his internal systems until his reliability has been confirmed. Please do not disturb the capsule until that time. X possesses great risks as well as great possibilities. I can only hope for the best. September 18th, 20XX, Thomas Light. So yeah, Mega Man X is not Mega Man. He is a more developed robot. And as Dr. Light says, he has great possibilities, but also great risks being so, advanced and everything. But yeah, this is how the game begins. You have some options if you want to, take a look at those. I don't think any of this is going to be necessary to change, so I'll keep it the same. I am actually playing this on the Nintendo Switch. I'm playing the Mega Man X Legacy Collection version of the game, which does have some additional features to some extent, but I'm not going to be really, using any of those features. I'm going to be essentially playing this as vanilla as I can anyway. But yeah, don't be surprised if you see any like random pop-up menus that you probably wouldn't see in the game by itself. But yeah, as far as the X series is concerned, I mean, it plays really similarly to the Mega Man games, the classic series. X is just a little more advanced, and we'll get into how so by, well, starting the game. As far as my history with this series, though, the X series specifically, I mean, I didn't really grow up with the Mega Man series either. I didn't play the games until much later on in life, and that pretty much goes the same for Mega Man X as well. I mean, I, for one, thought Mega Man and Mega Man X are the same, just X was like an upgrade of Mega Man or something, which I guess is true, but like, they are different characters, they are different beings, so to speak. And a lot of my Mega Man experience back in the old days comes from a comic strip, a webcomic called Bob and George the Comic Strip. Pretty funny stuff. Some of the comedy can be kind of cringe these days, but, back in the day, like, it was a different time. But I really love that comic strip, and that's how I got, like, familiar with a lot of aspects of Mega Man, so, it did me well, all things considered. But yeah, much like regular Mega Man, you have your Buster weapon. You can also charge it for a more powerful blast as well. So that's pretty much what we got going on here. You can't slide with Mega Man X, unfortunately. But he does have a really cool feature that we'll take a look at here shortly after we take on this helicopter. Oh no, the bridge fell down. However, will we get up? Well, thankfully, Mega Man X, or X rather, has a really nifty wall climbing feature, which, honestly, the most based addition for the Mega Man series. Or at least the X series, I think. Just being able to, like, not worry about falling down. If, like, there's a jump that's fairly tight, you still have a chance to save yourself. it's just really, really nice. It's something I really, really enjoy about this particular game and this series. Just having that little bit of extra comfort, so to speak. But yeah, I didn't. Like I said, I didn't get to play the X series until much later, even after the classic series. And that's just because I didn't really have a way to play any of the games. I could have just emulated them, but I didn't necessarily... Oh, man, that was really close. But I just didn't necessarily really think about it. I mean, I just finished the classic series. I'm like, I don't really want to start a new series right away. And from what I hear, like, the X series is definitely harder in a lot of respects. There's definitely more going on, but like the later games, I think, are very notorious with their difficulty and everything. So, you know, I kind of avoided this for a while. But eventually, when I did the Super NES Classic Completion series, I finally got my first taste of Mega Man X, and I really, really enjoyed it. Like, I really, really had a lot of fun playing this game. I'm not the best at it. I don't know everything about it, but, you know, it's Mega Man. There's not really a whole lot you need to know about it. And, yeah, I really enjoy it. I think that this game is a lot of fun. It's challenging, but I feel like it has, like, a good accessibility vibe for it, too, where, yeah, it can be hard. It can have some parts that might challenge you to a huge extent, but I don't think it's, like, impossible. I wouldn't say it has any, like, bad instances of design or anything. So it's very accessible, but offers a nice challenge, too. And, oh my god, the music for this game is incredible. The music is just so freaking good. Okay, so say hello to Vile. We're probably going to lose, but that's fine, because this is actually a scene where you don't have to win this fight. You worthless piece of scrap metal. Did you think you could defeat me? No, but Zero can. I guess I'm not powerful enough to defeat him. X, you shouldn't expect to defeat him. He is designed to be a war machine. Remember, you have not reached full power yet. If you use all the abilities you were designed with, you should become stronger. You may even become as powerful as I am. I'll scout ahead and collect as much information on Sigma's fortress as I can. I'll meet up with you when you get there. See you later. X, I know you can do it. Thanks, Zero. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the intro stage. After you beat the intro stage, you get sent to a very familiar screen. This is probably what you're more used to when it comes to Mega Man. We have the classic 8 robot masters to choose from. Although, in this game, they're not called robot masters. They're called Mavericks. So we have 8 Mavericks to choose from. We have Launch Octopus, Chill Penguin, Flame Mammoth, Boomer Kawanger, Sting Chameleon, Spark Mandwill, Storm Eagle, and Armor Armadillo. So we're going to start, actually, and this is a general easy start for a lot of people. A lot of people will recommend this start for one very obvious reason that we'll get into, but we're going to actually start with Chill Penguin. Even has, like, kind of a nice remix of the classic, like, intro theme from the Mega Man series, which is great. But yeah, just, like, listen to the music of this game. I mean, all the other Mega Man X games do pretty damn well with the music presentation as well. Don't get me wrong, but, oh man. When I first heard this soundtrack, I'm like, okay, one of the best SNES soundtracks, easily. And, like, for a game that, like, I didn't even grow up with, me to immediately say that, it means a lot. I kind of felt the same way about Chrono Trigger when I first played that too. Like the soundtrack for that game is incredible. In addition to just the game as it is. Both Mega Man X and Chrono Trigger, two games that I discovered very late in my life compared to when the SNES came out. But you know, I'm glad I at least got to play them and you know see them for the awesomeness that they are. But yeah, you know, get prepared to see a lot of very familiar Mega Man beats with this game. Like, you'll see a lot of similar, like, enemies, platforming sections, and stuff of that nature. You know, it really does feel like kind of a classic, or not really classic, a modern adaptation of the classic series. And it just plays very, very well. I've always just been really impressed with how this does. So here we have a neat little cutscene here, where we actually see a hologram of Dr. Light. So you've come. X, I gave you the ability to choose your own path in life. And I hope the world would allow you to choose a peaceful one. But now it seems that you are destined to fight. Because I thought the world might need a new champion. I have hidden capsules like this one. If you find and use them, you will be able to increase your powers beyond anything the world has ever known. Step into this capsule and receive an acceleration system to boost your speed. Good luck, X. So remember how I talked about how X didn't have a slide? Well, honestly, he has something better. X actually has a really nifty dash move, which you can use. And what's great about the dash move is you can actually combine it with your jump. And you can like get some really, really cool like distance with your jump. And it's just, it makes going through this game just feel like really fun. Now, you still have to look out for enemies at times. Like, you're not completely invincible when you do this, but still, it's a really neat feature. This is why you'll see a lot of speedrunners start with Chill Penguin just to get this ability from the get-go. And it's just really helpful. It's a really helpful skill. And again, it's very fun to use, too. It's just fun to kind of jump and dash around like that. X can also pilot these mechs, and you can also use the dash jump in the mech too, which is kind of cool. But while you're in the mech, you don't have to worry about taking damage. Because if you take damage, like, the mech will get hurt. But, you know, not your actual health system. Also, yeah, I'll probably get achievements while I'm doing this, by the way, too. Because, or X medals, or Hunter medals, or whatever they're called, so, you know, get used to that. But once we reach the end of the stage, as you might expect, we have to face off against the Maverick that we've chosen to fight. And Chill Penguin is honestly a pretty easy boss to fight, too. You can actually stay relatively safe in this fight, especially by just kind of staying up here. Damn it. I'm probably gonna die just because trying to get used to the controls and the feeling of everything again. Okay, if he jumps, I'm dead. Yep. I should have got off the wall. I was kind of hoping he'd do the slide move, though. But yeah, like a lot of other Mega Man games, the name of the game is just to kind of, you know, figure out, like, all the boss patterns and the best way to take them all down. I stand by saying that Chill Penguin is probably the easiest one to fight in this game. Just because you can kind of, patterns are pretty well telegraphed. Oh, come on. I could have probably did this not taking any damage. If he jumps up here, he's dead. Yep, got him. And much like Mega Man, when you beat a Robot Master, or in this case beat a Maverick, you actually get their power. So we get Shotgun Ice. In addition to shooting a blast of ice, whenever it collides against the wall, it'll actually kind of bounce back into smaller projectiles, which is kind of cool. But let's go ahead and save our game here. Although it's weird because it doesn't actually save your game unless there's just something I'm missing about this collection, but either way. And normally, like, as I probably would do in other Mega Man games, I would go in order of, like, the weaknesses. I'd follow basically the weakness chain and use what the Shotgun Ice would be strong against. And I will be doing that soon, but I'm actually going to be doing another Robot Master first, or another Maverick first. I'm actually going to be going to Storm Eagle before I do the next one in the chain. Storm Eagle is a little further in the chain, but he gives a really good weapon, and more than that, he actually has, he's actually really easy to take down with the Buster as well. And you can also get a few upgrades in this stage too that'll make, basically, that'll allow you to not need to revisit certain areas multiple times, like you would probably have to in other cases. So I'm kind of doing this now just to kind of get this out of the way. So we'll go ahead and do Storm Eagle next. Because, yeah, there are some items and upgrades you can get, and some of them, well, you'll have to revisit other stages to use them to find certain things. I think no matter what, you do have to, no matter what, revisit some stages. But I'd say this is probably the best thing to do here. So right here, I'm going to get rid of you first, and then we're going to actually do a dash jump all the way to the left. And we'll find the top of this building, which has a heart tank. And the heart tanks will actually increase your health, which is really nice to have. So make sure you grab that. It's a very easy heart tank to get. And I should mention, there is a heart tank in every single level. We didn't get one for Chill Penguin, but that is one of the cases that, unless you do a specific Maverick first, you will have to revisit that one. So I'll have to come back for that a bit later. That's actually a pretty easy heart tank to get too, honestly. But in addition to the heart tanks, we're also going to be collecting all of these sub-tanks, which I'll talk about those a bit later. And we're also going to, of course, get all the upgrades from Dr. Light as well, which are the, you know, the capsules that we saw earlier where we got the dash move. This level does actually have one of those, and we will get it, and it also does have a sub-tank too. So we're going to be getting all that stuff. But let's go ahead and climb up here. As you can see, this is actually where one of the sub-tanks are. So Mega Man X doesn't have E-Tanks like the normal Mega Man game does. Instead, it has sub-tanks, which basically sub-tanks, they start out empty, but as you collect excess health, so if like you're full health and you get more health, that'll actually fill the sub-tanks. It'll fill it kind of slowly, but it will fill them. And once you fill up a sub-tank, you basically have an E-Tank that you'll never lose. But whenever you use the sub-tank, you will have to fill it up again. So that's the one kind of downside of the sub-tanks, but at least you don't have to buy them or hunt for them like you would in like the Mega Man series. So overall, I do think the sub-tanks is a good system. And that's probably the way it should be done. But again, it's like, you know, they're not like broken or anything. Okay, so right here, those fire tanks, you can actually destroy those. That's not what we're looking for, though. I mean, we're looking for that, just not there. There'll be another section with that, but we'll look at later that we can interact with. I think it's this, actually. And then you can do another dash jump. You can actually destroy these immediately if you have Flame Mammoth's weapon. But you can also do that without that, too. You can still get it regardless. This capsule contains an enhancement for your helmets, which will allow you to break some ceilings with a headbutt. So, this is very situational. I have to admit. Like, you will not use this very much, but you do need it to get an upgrade in one of the stages. So that's why... That's one of the reasons why I recommend doing this stage early, because, like I said, it's not very hard, and then also just, again, you get that a lot sooner, which is always nice. So where am I going from here? Okay, there, yeah. You still have those moments of blind jumps that you have to look out for, but I still stand by that, again, this game is, you know, pretty fair. I feel like X is just upgraded very well to the point where it's just like, you know, you're in what, like, if you were playing this game as Mega Man, like just standard Mega Man, this would be scary as hell, but since you're playing as X, it feels nothing short of amazing, I guess is the best way to say it. Like, this game was made for Mega Man X. Did I grab the... Okay, I did. I was like, did I grab that one up? I sure did. Okay, got some platforming. Okay, I think we're at the end here. We found Storm Eagle's ship. This is also a cool way to actually activate the boss room, too, I have to admit. Climb down here. And look, there he is. But yeah, Storm Eagle is really, really not that hard. Well, you don't get hit like that anyway. Oh, damn. Oh man, that was close. Got him. See? I didn't need his weakness to beat him. I also didn't die to him, too. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and finish up this video here. We get the Storm Tornado, which honestly is basically the Metal Blades from Mega Man 2, but for this game, it's a really, really good weapon. And we'll definitely see why. I'm going to try to use it as I go through the game, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stop here. So this has been the first episode of Mega Man X. I think I'll do kind of what I do for other Mega Man games. I'll focus on 2 Mavericks per video, and then I'll divide up the end game as I see fit. So we took on 2 Mavericks today, and next time we'll take on 2 more Mavericks. This has been SlimKirby. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Later, folks.